Hi guys! A few weeks ago, not from the network that wanted this, but from, asking for advice on how to answer these questions. And since I wasn't included in that, I thought I'd go ahead and answer them for you. As a video, I mean, I'll take video ideas any way I can get them, and especially, because I love making content. So I'm going to run through these questions, and these are questions I get a lot. So it won't be that bad, I promise you. All right, so my personal experience on how to find love is don't look for it. Literally, every relationship I've ever been in, I've not looked for. I've been active and involved in something else and met the party. Um, from work to having pizza to hanging out with friends to being active in the community that I want to be a part of. That's how you meet somebody. My current partner, it literally started out as a conversation about a game we play. And it led off of that. And, 6 months later, he moved in, and it was like, oh, yeah, you're here. That's cute. By the way, I do all these other things, and he got to know them up front. Um, Green flags, things to look for in good friends. Communication. Someone that's serious and the question is, what are some relationship green flags? We hear all about these red flags, red flags, like he's a little shady, whatever. Someone that will talk about himself, but also hear you. Someone that comes in there with a point of view and says, this is what I expect, this is what I want. Someone that has the nose. Like, I do not wake up at 7 a.m. I will not get a 3-day trip into the middle of the alpacan woods. I do not drive a stick anymore. Saying those no's and giving you those boundaries, and that's what you want to be listening for, is boundaries, is a really green flag for me. The other green flag is when they are giving you space to be you. For those that watch my podcast, for those that watch my other stuff, they know my partner and me are very different. I am a psychic. I'm into metaphysics. I'm into witchcraft. I'm into doing a lot of different things and teaching and this and that. He's Techie Joe. He is off into computer science and techie stuff. And yeah, we overlap there because we get into the design and, he does hardware. I do software work. But we have our own space. We have our own identity. That is an important green flag. Someone who wants to come in and rule your time and rule your life, and they're looking for someone to become Mr. or Mrs. Mr. or Mrs. Knight. No, no, that's a big red flag. But a green flag is when they're like, no, you go do your own thing. I'm busy Monday through Friday this week. I will talk to you on Saturday. We'll text throughout the week. Someone that's an over communicator is a big red flag. Someone that does necessary communications and then actually sells real heart-to-heart messages, green flag. All right, my best advice on love is, and I say this 100 times to people, relax. This is a marathon, not a race. If you want a long-term relationship, and that's what a lot of people are looking for, is long-term relationships, you want to allow it to stretch out and alleviate into a nice paced relationship. Rushing through things is only going to hurt you and blow it up. All right, so then we go on to my next best advice: set boundaries, have clear communications. Do not tell someone, don't ever call me again, unless you plan for them never to call you again. Make sure that you say your words and you mind your words. Realize the type of person you're dating or you're attracted to. I like an independent person. If they're underneath my feet, it drives me crazy. If they're in my spotlight, it drives me crazy. But that's me. If you like someone that is all texty message up on you every day, all the time, bump, 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 and home by 5, and right beside you cooking in the kitchen, look at yourself. Ask yourself why you don't like being alone. All right. What would someone look for astrologically in a partner? You want to look for someone that is a compatible sign to you. Example, Aries and Cancer, Aries and Aquarius, Sagittarians. You guys can do without everybody except Libras. Libras and Sagittarians, you got gasoline and fire there. So you want to look astrologically about not only their sun sign, but you want to come to an astrologer and have them look at the compatibility of the full chart, because a lot of people don't really look at that Mars and Venus connection, where your Mars and Venus interacts with the other party's Mars and Venus is going to tell you about that relationship. What spiritual advice is good for someone looking for love? All right, you're looking for love. You want love. Realize this is a job that you're asking the universe to fill in your life. Write out a job description. I'm talking everything. If you want them to cook you dinner every day, if you want them to do X, Y, and Z, and be specific. Because my current partner loves to tell this story. When he was younger, he always said he wanted to find a white knight. Well, I'm quite tan at today, especially in the summer. My last name's Knight. His sister done the same thing. She used to say she wanted to be rich. She wanted to be rich. She wanted to be rich. She is now Mrs. Rich. Pay attention to those. Alright guys, if you want to follow me, you know I am Aeson Knight everywhere, AESONKNIGHT. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and of course here on your YouTube. Click the link down in the bottom and below.
This song's for the winners, never giving up, never giving in when life gets tough. This song's for the soldiers, never calling quits. Live for the challenge, they can never get enough of this. Song's for the winners, never giving up, never giving in when life gets tough. This song's for the soldiers, never calling quits. Live for the challenge, they can never get enough of this. Once upon a time we were dreaming, now we're on the come up, steady scheming. We ain't got a lot, but you know we believe in what we feel in our hearts as we reach for the ceiling. They all just frowned and shook their heads. I nodded with a smile and took